Well, the Blue Jays, they come out today. First off, they end the losing streak at 4 games. They win 7-2 over the Texas Rangers today. Now, with the pitching matchup of J-Happ versus Martin Perez, we're like, this looks lopsided for the Blue Jays, but hey, you never know. And then in the top of the second inning, Nunez hits a home run, making it 1-0 Texas. And we're like, okay, we've seen this before, but let's see how this team responds. Bottom half of that second inning, Aaron Sanchez gets in a good hitter's count 2-0 and just barrels up a beautiful pitch. Well, I guess a meatball from Martin Perez and drills it into the first, I think it was the first deck in the outfield. 1-1. And obviously Solarte rounds third base, jumps, and does his thing that he always does. I love it. The energy comes to Marcus Stroman and does a little dance. All right, we're tied at 1 apiece. Later in the inning, Randall Grichuk gets a sacrifice fly to left field. It wasn't all that deep, but luckily it was Kevin Pillar at third base. He's able to tag up and come home and score. Jays now have the lead 2-1. You go to the bottom of the third inning. Teoscar Hernandez, and we've talked about this we've kind of seen this at least, since he's been called up last year and this year in his stints with the Blue Jays. His power is not just pull power. This guy can drill the ball the other way, and he showed that again today. He gets a 1-0 pitch, barrels it up, hits it the other way, and it clears the wall. And, hey, I think it goes into the first level as well. Jays got the lead 3-1. Next inning, bottom of the fourth inning, Kevin Pillar, down 1-2 in the count, gets a pitch from Martin Perez. It's a pretty good pitch. It's a curveball down, but Pillar goes down and gets it, barrels it up, and hits it into the Blue Jays bullpen. Jays got the 4-1 lead. Pillar now has 3 home runs in his last 4 games. What? I didn't know he was supposed to be a home run hitter, but hey, I'll take it. Jays got the lead 4-1. Top of the 6th inning, however, on a ground ball to Aledmus Diaz, Delino DeShields comes in to score, making it a 4-2 game, an RBI ground out, whatever, because in the bottom half of that inning, Randall Grichuk gets a ground ball to second base. They try to roll 2. He beats the play out, and on that play, Russell Martin comes home to score. Jays restore the 3-run lead, 5-2. Next inning, I guess, bottom 7, Justin Smoke hits a fly ball fairly deep, and great job of running by Steve Pearce to come in to score. Jays got the lead 6-2, and a real heads-up move from Teoscar Hernandez, knowing how deep that ball was hit, goes back, tags, gets to third on the play. Next batter, Aaron Sanchez, he singles to left field. Hernandez comes in to score. 7-2 Blue Jays. And that's all she wrote. The Blue Jays rotation. J-Happ was great. The bullpen was fantastic when they needed to be. This is what we like to see. The Jays also had 9 hits. They walked 5 times. They were just great. And J-Happ, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, not a single walk, and 9 strikeouts. He has been great to start the season. 4-1 now for J-Happ. Drops his ERA to 3.50. That's beautiful. J-Happ doing a great job. Ryan Tepera comes out in the 8th inning. Clean inning, 2 strikeouts, no problem. ERA now under 2 for Ryan Tepera. And I got to say, guys, as much as we've been garbaging up Aaron Loup over the start of the season, over the last little while, he's been pretty good. 1 inning against the Yankees, clean in, gives up a hit, but no problem. Boston, he goes 2 clean innings, striking out a couple guys. Obviously, he pitched in Game 1 of this series, goes a clean inning. And then today, gives up the double to Delino DeShields. Almost got thrown out by Teoscar Hernandez, but gets the strikeout to end the ball game. And Aaron Loup is on a 5-inning scoreless streak right now, dropping his ERA, I think it's like to 3.48, I think I saw here. Let me check that out. Yeah, 3.48. So, hey, as much as we have those feels about him, he's pitching well right now. The Blue Jays get the win, the must-needed win here, because now the Jays hit the road for quite a while. They hit the road for a little bit here. This entire week they're on the road, starting in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Starting tomorrow night, Aaron Sanchez versus Lance Lynn, who has had an awful start to his season. 0-2 with a 7.71 ERA. 8-10 first pitch there in Minnesota. Marco Estrada versus Kyle Gibson, Game 2 on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday afternoon, 1:10 first pitch, Marcus Stroman versus Phil Hughes. Both guys having really rough starts to their year. And the Minnesota Twins overall having, after their playoff berth last year, have really had a tough stretch to their season so far. But hey, it's April, you never know. So the Jays look to pounce on that. And then on Thursday, weather permitting, the doubleheader between Cleveland is going to be made up. And then right after that, they head to Tampa to play the surging, the surging Tampa Bay Rays. It's kind of crazy to say that. But the Blue Jays are on a road trip, a very odd, awkward road trip, starting in Minnesota, then Cleveland for 2 on the same day. And then they hit the road again to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. So you know what we saw today? We saw a very good start. I think it's for the second time, or no. Look, bottom line, we have not seen many pitchers get into the 7th inning this year for the Blue Jays. It hasn't happened often. J-Happ did what he had to do today. The bullpen has been taxed over the first 2 games, and he was able to come in today and give them 7 solid innings. Clippard, Axford, Osuna, Danny Barnes, none of those guys had to throw today. We also saw Devin Travis get sent down to the minors today, and I think that's a good move because he's been scuffling because he hasn't been getting regular playing time. I think he's going to go down to Buffalo and get some everyday playing time, get his bat in the mojo, and then bring him back up. But as of right now, Carlos Ramirez last year was brought up as the guy. Remember him? Had that crazy scoreless inning streak in the minor leagues. Got called up and was pretty good for the Blue Jays last year. Had a rough spring. Started the year in Buffalo with that move of Devin Travis. He gets the call up to the big leagues. He was warming up today, but in the crazy momentum swing, you wanted to get Ryan Tepera in there for a little bit, and that Aaron Loop to close out the game, and it worked out great. This is a type of game the Jays needed before they hit the road for a really wacky road trip. But it was a must-win. It was a great job by the Jays, and they get back in the win column. 15-12 on the season. Hey, I'm not complaining. 15-12, did we expect that at this point? Not a chance. I'm proud of these guys. I know you guys are too. So, you know, look, the Jays, the offense was there. They could have been a lot more. They could have gotten a ton more runs, as I said earlier in the video. They had lots of runners left on base, but you know what? They got the job done. They got 9 hits, 7 runs. J-Happ only gave up 5 hits in his 7 innings, only gave up 2 runs. He was great. And the Jays kind of look to keep that momentum rolling with their starters. You know, over the last, 7 starts, the ERA for our starters is north 6. That's not good at all. And seeing a great start from J-Happ to kind of get the Jays back into it, that's nice to see. And hopefully Aaron Sanchez can take that role into consideration and keep rolling tomorrow against the Minnesota Twins. He's got a 1-2 record, looking to even that up, all right, against the Twinkies. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed this game, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of this game. Who's your MVP in this one? Would you give it to J-Happ? Would you give it to Randall Grichuk, who had, I thought he had a pretty darn good game. He was 2 for 3 with a couple RBIs. You know, Lourdes Gurriel has been a great story so far for the Blue Jays. Solarte was 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 ribs. Hernandez was 2 for 3 once again. Who's your MVP in this one? And we'll talk to you guys, you know what? We'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Raptors edition. The game just finished against Cleveland and Indiana. And ladies and gentlemen, the Toronto Raptors are going to be playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, as we all expected, Game 1 on Tuesday. So the Round 1 preview will be tomorrow night, all right? So that's going to be exciting. I hope you guys are excited for that one, and we'll talk to you guys Blue Jays edition as well tomorrow night, as the Jays, like we've said, are in Minnesota taking on the Twins. 8:10 first pitch there at Target Field. I think it's still Target Field, and they're changing names for all kinds of fields lately. If it's not, then I apologize. Aaron Sanchez versus Lance Lynn, the pitching matchup in Game 1. The Jays look to get on a little bit of a roll here, go for 2 straight wins. All right, and we'll talk to you guys then, hoping for some mojo builder for the starters. We'll talk to you guys then.